Francois Burgat is a senior research fellow at the French National Center for Scientific Research, and he joins me now from Aix-en-Provence in southern France. Thanks so much for being with us. I first want to ask you what you make of what's happened since the killing of Samuel Paty. Was President Macron's response expected?
I'm afraid it was more or less expected, since we knew that the context in France is an electoralist struggle. President Macron in May 2017 has been elected by, let's say, the center left. His economic policies has made his categories of voters move away from him. He knows that if he wants to be re-elected, he has to reach the right and the extreme right of his voters. Therefore, it was not a complete surprise that he would take this advantage, if I may say, of this horrible murder to move further on its right. It was not fully expected that it would be that, I dare say, vicious move he has been doing during the last week.
Okay, so it is political maneuvering. But as for the French public, I mean, how polarized are they really over this issue? We know the far right has gained popularity, but are a majority of French people sympathetic to the dangers of Islamophobia, do you think?
Well, what I know is that President Macron, although he is very young, knows what he is doing in terms of strategy. So my problem, my fear, is that if he is moving so fast toward extreme right, it is because he has a deep conviction that the majority of the French citizens are on this side of the political landscape. This is what is really frightening nowadays.
Okay. What do you say to those, though, who argue this is about freedom of speech? You know, even though French leaders have actually said before that there is a responsibility in freedom of speech that flaunting these cartoons actually ignores. I'm talking about the cartoons that Samuel Paty showed in his class. They try to make it about a freedom of speech issue. Do you think that's actually what it's about?
Let me give you briefly a short example. It's an historical example. In 1970, when General de Gaulle, our national hero, died, a journal which was just before Charlie, his name was Harakiri, he published nothing but a caricature, not even a caricature. It was not a pornographic position for de Gaulle. It was just a few words joking about the fact that he died. Okay, the journal was immediately suppressed. So were they defending liberté d'expression at that time when they closed the newspaper in the land of droit de l'homme and droit d'expression? No, there is a horrible double standard in the attitude of this elite. They do not defend liberty of expression. They defend their own liberty and not that of all French citizens.
Right. That's such an illustrative example. Francois Burgat, really, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there, but thanks again for your analysis.